So we have this file over here. This file contains the exchange rates between two currencies. For example, if we want to exchange euro with LBP, we have that 1 euro is 1877.99 LBP. If we want to exchange euro to euro, we know that 1 euro is 1 euro. Other example, from dollar to euro, we know that $1 is 0.8056 euros. Alright? So we have the data that helps us to convert from one currency to another. Okay? And this data is inside a file. And I put it over here to see it in front of us. So what we want to do is to make a program that takes two currencies from the user. We will search this file for the two currencies. For example, if he enters dollar and euro, then we will start searching and we will find it over here. So we will use this number to convert the amount of dollars he have to euros. And if he enters something that is not in this list, we cannot convert. Alright? So first of all, I want to display the available currencies. So let's make a function called print currencies like this, and this function will take the path of our file and print the available conversions between currencies. So let's make a variable called path which contains the path to our file. So this will be a string path and our file is called data.txt. Okay? Now, after we print the available currencies, we want to take two currencies from the user, right? So let's take the two currencies inside the main. So the first string is, for example, currency 1, it's maximum 10 characters, and also the same thing, currency 2, and maximum 10 characters. And let me put 11 over here. Initialize to \zeros, and over here also the same thing. Alright, so now we will get the first and the second currency. So let's say printf, enter the two currencies. So something like this, separated with a space. Now over here, let's read scanf, two strings. The first one is our first currency, so currency 1, and the second one is my currency 2. Perfect. Now we want to see if these currencies are available, and if they are, we want to convert the first currency to the second currency using this number. Okay, so let's make a function called convert. Okay, this function will take the path to our file, so path, it will take the first currency and the second currency and will do the calculations if needed. So if we don't find the currencies, we don't want to make any calculations. So now let's start implementing these functions. So first of all, void print currencies, it takes a string, so char star path, right? In here I want to iterate and print the currencies, so I don't want this number, I just want to print this and this, this and this. Alright, so we can do this in two ways. So first of all, we want to read two strings and a double, right? So let's say char currency 1, it's a string, maximum 10 characters, and currency 2 also maximum 10 characters. Let's initialize \zeros, \zeros. Perfect. Now let's make a double, so double, and let's call it rate, initialize it to 0. Now while scanf, we want to read from our file two strings and a double, right? This is our pattern. We want to store the first currency, the second currency, and our rate, right? So while this is equal to 3, we want to print. So I want to print only the two strings, right? And get to a new line. So currency 1, currency 2. So as you can see, in this way, we are reading the rate, but we don't care about it. And why are we reading it? Let me tell you. If you just read the two strings, the FPI, after reading the two strings, will be at the character after the two strings. So for example, if we read these two strings, now the FPI will be over here. When we try to re-execute this code, we will start reading from over here, and this will lead to some problems. So whenever we read two strings and a double, we will read the whole sentence. So now we are sure that the FPI will be over here. So the next time this is executed, we will skip the \n and read from the second line. Alright, so this is the first way. Let's try it. So over here, I want to comment this code and I just want to print the currencies. And of course, over here, let's say fclose f. And I just noticed that I didn't open the file. So let's do it. And I want to read something, right? So like this. Perfect. So build and run and have a look. We have all our conversions printed. Perfect. Now the second way to do this, I will copy this code and comment this code. Alright, so over here I'm going to do the second way. So I will use a while loop and I will just read two strings, okay, and I'll be reading two things, and after I print the two things, what I want to do is to move the FPI to the last of the line, right, in order the next time I start reading from the second line. So over here we can do this. Define a string called line 255, for example, initialize it to \zeros, and now simply use fgetS. So I want to store what I want inside line. I want to store 255 characters from my file f. So now what will happen? Let's suppose we read these two strings and now the FPI is here. So starting from here, we will read 254 characters. So we will read all the line and the FPI will be at the end of the line. So whenever this code is executed, we will start from the second line. So in this way, we can move the FPI to the end of the line. Now you might be saying which way is better. Now in both cases, we are using an extra variable, right? Over here rate and over here line. But this variable is a double. It takes 8 bytes in the memory. And this is a string that's taking 255 bytes. So this over here costs more, right? So I'm going to comment it and I'll use this way over here. Perfect. So build and run again and we have what we want. So in order not to make this video very big, let's stop over here and we'll continue the next one. See you then.